Hi guys, welcome to another video. What is it today? It's 28th of March, Saturday. My hair is getting long. Hat's on backwards. My hair's basically a hat. Let me clean my glasses before doing the video. So in this video, we're going to be talking about the Shopify shutting down, the new government 60 days to pay, and the business that bend over backwards for clients. Not that sort of client, but they're the topics for today. So first things first, I shut down the Shopify. The Shopify was basically, for me, a sort of an experiment to find out what Shopify is all about. It's good if you have the following already or a product. I think I got like 3 sales after a year of having it. 3 sales, and there was only the links to the Shopify and such. I can restart it in 2 years. I have 2 years to bring back the shop, and it has all the listings on before the data gets lost. So there's plenty of time to bring it back. I believe that I probably don't have enough time to really hunker down on that stuff. You can go down a rabbit hole with it all, and I would love to have like the perfect SEO and all the rest of it. But I just don't think I'm at that level, you know? So the Etsy, the eBay, the Depop, I've got, these are all doing more than what the Shopify did, and I'm not paying for them in a subscription thing. The Etsy, once the Etsy fees start going up a bit, that's when I'll probably consider having a Shopify again. It is important. I think it looks way better. And obviously you only get like 2% fees from just the transaction fees. So it's going to be something that will come back. But at the moment, I just shut it down. I think I'm paying £25 a month. I think I was paying a little bit more because I had an in-app sort of purchase personalization thing. But I'll bring that money back into cash flow, and we will. I'll use it. What's that? 250 quid, 300 quid a year. I'll use elsewhere on materials and such. I'm still learning. There's still lots of materials to have on the store. For instance, like the holographics materials, and you could get the red to do signage and such. The red that's used in road signs and stuff. I was thinking about doing more decal-y stuff, which means I'll just get full color vinyl instead of printing on it. I'll just cut out the letters. So there's plenty more to do with the money. The money's not. I'm not taking it out so I can have 25 quid of wasting time. It's just not there at the moment, and also because it's not quite there yet, it's a distraction. So I don't want to be spread thin as well. So I think that's a good excuse. I don't like excuses, but I also am not emotionally attached to it. And I think if it's not working out, stop and bring it back. I've got 2 years to bring it back, and it will come back. It's just not now. Etsy's doing really well. The eBay's weirdly doing really well. I don't know what's happening. It might just be the end of the tax year where everyone's spending money. But getting like 10 orders a week, it's kind of good, just for a little old me. It's still not like what it used to be, but I'm rebuilding a business. I sort of gamify it, and I see my stats and stuff, and I just got a Monzo, and you can really see the money and how it all goes, and I really like seeing all that. People play like Sim Cities. The girls always love Sim City, not Sim City, The Sims. Like every girl I've dated likes The Sims, and you just sim yourself. You become the sim. Like, all right, now I'm going to read a book, and that means my level of my, research goes up or whatever. But yeah, the Shopify is down, and I probably need to unlink it from things. It's just not necessary at the moment. I think it's a little bit of a distraction. And if I can just focus on the Etsy, get the products on the Etsy, get all the thumbnails right, and then I can just export extra items to the Shopify. If people start ordering 5,000 stickers at a time, which I'll be adding to the Etsy store, I might just say that there's a Shopify store without fees. Just saying. And Etsy doesn't like that. Etsy doesn't even like you if you message someone messages me and they ask for a very specific thing. Even if someone asks for something smaller, you might think, oh, they want it cheaper because it's using less material. No, because now I have to impo it smaller, so it's actually more work for me. So someone asked for a sticker size, but 50% size, and he wasn't sure if he wanted 25% smaller or 50% smaller. I said, look, mate, put an order in. I'll do both. Just leave us a review. I didn't say good review or a bad review. I just said, leave us a review. I got an extortion policy email from the Etsy saying this is under an extortion policy, and I was like, wow, sorry, I didn't realize that I was doing anything wrong. Just favor for a favor. Write us a review. Write us a bad review. If you don't like me, but it's still a review. Just helps the shop, move a bit, I just think that's apparently I'm an extortion person. I don't know. So yeah, Shopify's gone for now. It will come back, and I'll be in the mood one day to really hunker down and build it and really understand all the analytics and stuff. There's lots there. I just been talking for 6 minutes apparently. So the government scheme to make customers pay. I don't like LBC, but I listen to Ferrari between 8 and 10 every morning. I like the phone calls; they're really funny, and I just think it's an interesting conversation. And he does play devil's advocate. He will push back on maybe even things he agrees with. So I quite like the conversations, and he brings up topics and people call in. And one of the topics was they're making clients pay within 60 days. I always thought it was 90 days anyway, but apparently not. I don't know. But we got told at uni that if you're doing an illustration project for someone, that you write in the contract it's 90 days. No, it's legally 90 days. You don't write 90 days. Obviously, you don't want to be paid in 3 months. But apparently now it's 2 months, and that's good, I guess. The government have done 2 things right now. They've done the outside gyms, which were gold star to whoever thought idea was that, and the 60-day things. I would arguably say it's got to be the second month of the payment. So, say like if you get the end of March, you've got to pay by the end of April. But if it's 60 days, 60 working days, maybe, I don't know. But anyway, they're trying to help out the little guy. A lot of people were calling in and saying, no, this is going to scare clients away. And takes me to the next point. I just thought it was bonkers. Like they're trying to look like they're helping, and I guess they sort of are in a way by helping the small guy with the 60-day payment thing. And people calling up, no, this will scare my clients away because they don't like paying. And I've seen this firsthand. So this is going to be my third point: is businesses that bend over backwards for toxic clients. And it's literally, they say don't make a client more than 20% of your revenue or your profit, whatever. Profit. I'd say profit. Revenue. Revenue's vanity, profit sanity. So let's say profit. For this case, it might be wrong, but I think that's a fair. 20-25%. You don't want it to rely on a third party. Your business becomes another party. There's businesses I know that they have like one big client, and if that client decides, or someone dies, or someone gets fired, or someone moves on, and you were their preferred supplier, you better beg on your knees to keep that business. You know what I mean? It can move very quickly. I know customers that have lost very big, very very big health and beauty client. It was a £2 million. £2 million? No, forgive me. It was £500,000 job work over the year, which is a huge loss for a business, for a small business, and that's crazy. And funny enough, that company found a print management company that then came back to the small business to ask them to do work, and I thought that was fascinating that they took the work of him, realised they couldn't do it, then went back to the business and said, "Can you do this for us?" And he said, "Yeah, for more, of course." So, these print management companies who have no experience in printing or no experience in the love and the hand work that goes into printing are just taking business away, because this is a race to the bottom, then, isn't it? So, and also I've worked for other companies where they worked for a big boy company, like a big boy company that you could walk down the street and see, walk into a shop and see, and how like the leaders of the business are meant to be like kind of like the leaders and stoic and all of that. The second this company said jump, the boss, he sat up straight, like I'm your kid's trying to help out, and he just bent over backwards like, we need this done by yesterday, and they never got paid as well unless they begged. So this company, they were going out their way for this other company who never paid them, but were big. So they relied on all that money that the other company was holding. And I don't really understand why they hold on to the money. Like, pay your bills. What is wrong with people? Do you know what I mean? And for me, if I was working with someone and they missed it, and I said, "Look, this is the limit. Make sure you pay by the end of the day." And luckily, I've got enough money to keep me going. A lot of people don't. So, but I didn't quite understand it when I was younger, and I would say, "Can you pay me?" And they say, "Oh, we'll pay you at the end of the month." I was like, "Well, I am a freelance. Here's my conditions. I usually put 2 weeks down, and then they say, "Oh, the accountant wasn't in that day of payday. That means you have to wait till the following month." And I just didn't get it. And they were trying to offer me more work, and I just said no. I said I need my money. I don't think it was a lot of money as well. It was a couple £100. But now I'm very much like, here's the product. Feel free to, if you get one chance on me, I suppose, and that's your credit score. If you mess me about, your credit score's ruined. And if you want me to work with you again, I'll have to take payment first. A lot of my clients do. If you go on my Etsy page, you obviously pay before you get it. And people think that like 100 stickers is a large job. It's not. When you're talking large jobs, you're looking 5,000, I reckon, maybe plus. So the second it gets to 5,000, that's when we're talking, that's a large job for me, which would take me maybe, with everything else going on, maybe 5 working days. And with everything else going on, that's not 5 working days. That's just 5 working days I can put to that. So maybe 3 hours a day, maybe, or something I can put to that client. So it takes 5 days, which is still kind of quick for me, printing and all the good stuff. So yeah, I think it reflects badly, because also there was the boss who would jump over backwards for the company, and the boss would put their people in contact with the company, and the company would talk terribly to the other staff members, and the boss, when they complained to the boss would just say, "Suck it up." And he's like, these people left because they were just like, "I don't have a leg to stand on. I can't swear at this customer that we pray to every day." Do you know what I mean? So it's just toxic. There's no other way to put it, really. And so the 6-day things, there should be an asterisk there. I think it should be the following month, because if the work's done in March, you should pay by the end of April at least. If you consider delivery times and such, it might not even get to the client till to April. So let's just work until the next month. You know what I mean? So, you can't always get what you want. But 6 days is an improvement, and I think it should help. But this guy who was saying it's going to scare away clients, he must be sucking his thumb. Like, what is why would you argue against that? That's correct me if I'm wrong, but I wonder if there's a conversation here with anyone that has any bad stories of working with clients who have bumped them or made them work 60-hour weeks, and then when you ask for pay, they ask they act like you're the bad guy. I've seen it all. It's kind of crazy. I've seen it where customers will with a business will just take the L. They just done dealing with this client. They say this client owes us $4,000. Yeah, they're awful. We're not going to deal with them. And I guess you can get blacklisted and such, but these little small businesses have no honor. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I've seen businesses approach the business I worked in at the time. We did this whole R&D course, thousands of pounds of R&D, trying out paper, folding, and making packaging for them. We did it all, and the woman said, "Stop harassing me." When we said, "Here's your product that you asked for, and we've you signed off the PO and stuff. We would like to take money now," and she went, "Stop harassing me." She either found somewhere cheaper, or she didn't realise that things cost money. A lot of people do this. They think that you just press a button and graphic design and it all happens. And she's like, "Why am I paying this much money?" Hours, days maybe. I remember doing it. And the boss man at the time was just like, "I think we're just going to take the L here." Chasing it up and all the rest of it. It was like a woman with a hobby like candle business. I struggle to work with people who aren't willing to spend money on their passion. It's kind of strange, isn't it, if you think about it? Maybe that full circles to the Shopify, which I'm quitting, but I don't need it yet. I mean, I have already paid for it and I've tried it out. It's just not necessary yet. So let's go. But you know what I mean? Like I said before, if someone doesn't want to pay 20 quid for 50 samples of stickers, I can't help you. I'm doing the artwork in there as well. I'm probably losing money there, but I want to get you in. So when someone says, "Oh, can you do me 1 or 2 stickers?" Just pay I think mine are cheap. I think they're like 14 quid or something like that. It's not even, if this is your dream, if 14 quid's stopping you for just learning something, and even if you don't like the stickers, which you won't, you will like the stickers, you'll learn something as well. You might go, "Oh, actually, I want to go for a matte lamp, not a gloss lamp." You figure these things out, and it's going to take time and money. It really is. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Thank you. Live from the bedroom. This today. I've got a new computer, so you're lent up against the new Mac. I probably should try out the camera at some point. Yeah. End of tax year. I don't know why I said that. Like and subscribe. Peace out.